We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south-of-the-border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
Hi, I'm Kurt Angle. I represented the United States in the Olympics in 1996 and won a gold medal. Then I parlayed that into a pro wrestling career. I saw a commercial a few years ago.
Tunnel to Towers Foundation made a promise.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is paying off the mortgages for Gold Star families with young children. I thought, this is really cool. I want to be a part of it. My dad served in the Army for 30 years. We didn't have a lot of money, but he made sure we had what we needed. He set a great example for all of us. He died in a construction accident my freshman year in high school. When he died, we didn't have any income coming in, and we ended up being forced to move out of our house. I was devastated. So I understand what these families are going through, and to have an organization like Tunnel to Towers come in and pick you up and carry you and give you a home to live in, I think that's just amazing. I'd like to ask you to donate $11 a month to support these efforts by going to t2t.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST.
Major daytime thoroughbred racing is back at Los Alamitos. It's the Winter Thoroughbred Meet. Opening date Friday, December 5th. 4 stakes for juveniles head the meet, with the Starlet for fillies on Saturday, December 6th. And the Los Alamitos Futurity set for Saturday, December 13th. The outstanding multiple Grade 1 winner journalism won the Futurity last year. And horse players. Our on-track live money handicapping contest returns on December 13th. Great racing action during the Los Alamitos Winter Thoroughbred Meet. Opening day is Friday, December 5th.
The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network.
Live from the gaming capital of the world, time for Race Day Las Vegas, covering the sport of kings with a Las Vegas perspective. Now to the race desk with your host, Ralph Siraco.
From the backstretch to the turf club, at the race books and on the internet, to all horse players around the world, a good morning. Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas radio program, coming to you from the gaming and cowboy capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada, right here at the South Point Hotel Casino Complex on Las Vegas Boulevard, in your gaming capital, and the South Point Streaming Network at YouTube. We welcome you to the show, welcoming all of those that are with us, listening to us on the radio, as well as our anchor radio station at Sports Talk 1400 AM, 107.1 FM. And all of the other platforms that we have, including your apps for your devices and your podcasting and all that good stuff. So however, wherever, whenever, welcome to the Race Day Show for this first weekend of the National Finals Rodeo. There are 2 big weekends, 10 days of go-rounds here, as they call them. Each and every nightly event is called a go-round. And South Point is really hopping with all the cowboys and all the cowgirls and a whole bunch of Wranglers and boots and 10-gallon hats and long stem beers. It's a great place to be and have some fun during this holiday season, too. You remember, we're in the holiday season as well. Weather here in Las Vegas, 40 degrees outside right now. It's still, thank goodness, but it's 40 degrees, and we're going to get up to 65 today as far as our temperatures are concerned. As far as the actual weather conditions, of course, it's always fast, firm, and perfect in the race book here. But as far as racing conditions around the country, the only really weather that we have to report on right now, so says the weather map, is a lot of action going on just around New Orleans and in Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana at the tip there into the Gulf of America, and right across the panhandle of Florida. Outside of that, it looks like pretty good weather for the rest of the country, and the only other one is way up in the very top of the northwest at Oregon and Washington. They've got some rain and stuff going on there, but outside of that, it looks pretty darn good around the country, except for cold weather. Chicago, they say, with the wind chill that they have there, the high is going to be like 11 degrees today. Wow, that's cold. And as far as the temperatures around the country, as long as we're doing it, you've got Minneapolis, 9 degrees. That's their high, 9 degrees. International Falls, right at the border of Canada and the northern part of our country, 7 degrees. My goodness, big cold front going through the middle of the country, and of course on out to the East Coast. New York's going to top out at 45 degrees today. Miami, jealous as we are, 82 degrees with a little bit of a chance of clouds and a little overcast there. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, it has returned. Brownsville, Texas is the hottest spot in the country at 84 degrees. So there you have it. Phoenix, Arizona, 73. LA is going to be 76. It's going to be nice weather for Los Alamitos, and of course here in Las Vegas, we'll get up to 65. So it looks like it's going to be pretty good, except for being very cold in the northern part of the country and northeast as well. But here in Las Vegas, even though it's only 40 degrees outside right now, it's fast, firm, and perfect in the book. And that's where we'll be playing the races today, as you know. Looking ahead to next week, a couple of interesting things happening next week. First of all, next Friday, coming up on Friday the 12th, that'll be opening day at Oaklawn Park. And Oaklawn Park, they drew for the opening day already at Oaklawn Park, and they have almost 11 horses, 10.9 average, 10.9 horses per race entered for the opening day at Oaklawn Park. So it's going to be a heck of a meet there at Oaklawn. And, of course, next Saturday, Turfway Park's going to hold the Synthetic Championships Night. This is for horses that like to run on the synthetic racetrack. There's going to be 4 stakes races totaling $1 million in purses. That'll be next Saturday at Turfway Park. And, of course, we'll wind up Los Alamitos next weekend as well in Southern California. And racing continues at the Big A if the jockeys and the management play nice. Okay? So that's just taking a little bit of a look ahead of some of the stuff that will be happening next week. What happened at the Big A yesterday? Well, Manny Franco got his first of multiple winners in the second race on a 2-year-old maiden for Chad Brown, paying $9.22, that horse Schoolyard Superman. Then in the Grade 2 Demoiselle at 1 1/8 for 2-year-old fillies, that was the third race on the card. The winner there was Zany, the race favorite of the race, Iret Ortiz Jr. riding for Todd Pletcher. That got Pletcher his first win of the day, paying $3.50 as the favorite, outrunning Jumping the Gun. And concurrently, by the way, this was the 10th Demoiselle winner for Todd Pletcher. 10th win in this race. Okay, then we move to the Elite Power Stakes. That was the 5th on the card, and the Elite Power won by Just Beat the Odds, who did just that for Greg Sacco and Manny Franco's second win of the day, paying $4.94, outrunning Acoustic Avenue, which was our man Jonathan Hardoon's horse. and finishing third was St. Jude in that race. And so we move to the sixth race on the card. Jerry J's Power Page play in that race won. Aliva Mavis for Jamie Rodriguez and John Pregman Jr. paid $5.52. Bet down from 4-1 to the 9-5 shot in that race as the favorite in that race. So Jerry J gets his key horse to win for us yesterday in the sixth. Seventh race gave Todd Pletcher his second win of the day and Jose Lezcano aboard, paying $3.58 as the favorite again. In the New York Stallion Series stakes races, the Fifth Avenue division for 2-year-old fillies at 7 furlongs, that eighth race was won by Braver Than You Believe. Braver Than You Believe won under Joel Rosario for John Ortiz, paying $18.18 to win, outrunning Hot Currency and Daniela Marie, who finished third in the race. And then the Grade 2 Remsen for 2-year-olds at 1 1/8 was won by Paladin, who came on late in the race to win under Flavian Pratt for Chad Brown, paying $5.76 as the favorite. Finishing second in that race was Renegade, a horse that Jonathan Hardoon liked. And if you remember, I told him with his nemesis being Flavian Pratt, we got to box his horse with Flavian Pratt's, and if you did, we got the exacta there. Renegade finishing second, Balboa was third in the race. And then we got to the Cigar Mile. The 1 mile Cigar Mile, the Grade 2, won by Bishop's Bay. Flavian Pratt aboard. So Pratt wins back-to-back stakes races, back-to-back Grade 2 stakes races yesterday with that win in the Cigar for Brad Cox. 2 stakes wins back-to-back for Flavian Pratt. Bishop's Bay paid $4.40 as the favorite, outrunning Mika. Mika finished second in the race. Crazy Mason was third. And I got to tell you, Mika ran too good to lose in that race. This was the pace setter in the race. Mika passed the 3/4 mile pole in 109.63 and just got nailed in the final jumps by Bishop Bay, who was stalking this one in second. So these two just kind of went around the racetrack, and Bishop's Bay finally caught Mika. But Mika, what a big race that was for this horse. The final time of the race, the 1-turn 1 mile Cigar, 134.62 100ths. And the winner there, Bishop's Bay, in the Cigar Mile. And then the 11th race was the New York Stallion Series Stakes race, the division of the Great White Way for 2-year-olds at 7 furlongs. That winner, winning on a Saturday, was Sunday Boy. Sunday Boy wins on a Saturday, the Great White Way, for James Ryerson and Chris Elliott, paying $27.10, outrunning Combat Mission and Muscle Shoals, who finished third in the race. And that's the way it went yesterday at Aqueduct. Pick 6 paid $7,324.45 in that race. But all in all, it was a kind of a productive day at Aqueduct. Mostly, though, the horses that figured to win did win yesterday at the Big A. Los Alamitos. Kazuchi Kimura gets his first win of the day in the second race for Francisco Rodriguez, paying $5 even. And then coming back in the seventh race, Juan Hernandez rides Greenwich Village, a maiden 2-year-old for Bob Baffert to win. Greenwich Village, a big win there in the 2-year-old maiden race for Bob Baffert. That paid $4.80. And then Baffert came right back to win the Starlet Stakes for 2-year-old fillies, the 8th race on the card, but not with the horse that was the favorite for Baffert. The winner there was Consequent. Consequent cashed in the final strides of the Starlet. The early favorite, the early runner favorite, Nima, finished third, faded out to finish third, but Baffert finishes first and third. But with the win, Kazuchi Kimura gets his second win of the day, $7.60 for that winner. This was Baffert's 9th win in a row in the Starlet Stakes yesterday. 9 wins in a row in this particular stakes race for Bob Baffert, but he didn't get it with the favorite. He got it with Consequence in the Starlet. Pick 6 had a carryover. Nobody had 6 yesterday at Los Alamitos, so the carryover We'll be into today's races at Los Alamitos. The pick six of the fives paid $2,728.80. Pick six carryover at Los Al. All right, Gulfstream Park championship meet yesterday. Mario Gutierrez and Brian Lynch are getting together to win some races back there, both of them defecting from Southern California where they were racing before. They got the first race winner paying $4.40. And then Safi Joseph Jr. gets his first win of the day in the fifth race with Mika Husbands, paying $16.60. Edwin Gonzalez got his first win of the day in the sixth race for David Brady, paying $3 even as the big favorite there. And then Safi Joseph Jr. came back for his second win of the day with Tyler Gaffleone's first win of the day in the seventh race, paying $3.80. And then Gaffleone ripped off the next two in a row for three in a row. He won the eighth race for Mike Maker, paying $11 even, and came back in the ninth race, the H. Allen Jerkins Stakes at 2 miles on the turf. And he wins it with Summer Cause for Miguel Clement. Tyler Gaffleone's third win in a row. Summer Cause paid $6.40, annexing the stakes race of the day, outrunning Coiled and Padilli, who finished third. And then Edwin Gonzalez gets his second win of the day in the 11th and final race for Mark Cassie, paying $3.80. You can see there were a lot of favorites yesterday, a lot of odds-on horses that won yesterday at Gulfstream Park. The largest payoff on the day was a $21 winner in the fourth race. Pick six paid $488.84 in the Gulfstream Pick Six yesterday. Hey, Tampa Bay had a couple of stakes races. The inaugural stakes for 2-year-olds at 6 furlongs, won by Solitude Dude. Edgard Zayas aboard for a Safi Joseph Jr., paying $2.20 as the big odds-on prohibitive favorite in that one. Max Capacity was second. Langvad was third. And in the Sandpiper for 2-year-old fillies at 6 furlongs, the winner there, Sneaky Good, for Antonio Gallardo and Brad Cox gets that win there, $4.80. Finishing second was Blazing Brat, and Evolution was third. So at Tampa Bay, in the 2-year-old stakes races, favorites win both halves of those. And at Laurel, more races, more stakes races for the 2-year-olds. It was a big day yesterday for the 2-year-olds around the country. Laurel had a couple of races, stakes races for 2-year-olds. The Maryland Juvenile was won by Code of Silence for Angel Cruz and Tim Keefe, paying $5.80, outrunning GQ Worthy and Tartable. And in the juvenile fillies, the Maryland Juvenile Fillies for 2-year-old fillies, that winner there was Just Phil Torrid for J.G. Torrealaba and Mike Trombetta, paid $6 even. Superstitious was second, and Doc's Miracle was third. So you can see in most of the races, and practically all of the races for 2-year-olds around the country, the stakes races yesterday, won by all the favorites. It was really that simple. All right, on today's show, we have, of course, Jonathan Hardoon is standing by. And then, of course, after that, we'll have your racing menu coming up right after the break. And then we'll go to Jonathan Hardoon, followed by Rich Eng. He'll give us a NFL pick for today, as well as a horse pick. And, of course, Bob Mieszerski will be reporting for Los Alamitos. And then, of course, Jon Lindo and Jerry J as well. So without any further ado, we'll rustle up the first commercial break of the day. And we'll be right back. Don't go away.
South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
All is set for the quarter horse race of the year, the Champion of Champions, Saturday, December 13th at Los Alamitos, quarter horse racing's most prestigious race, and history could be made. Will impress him win his third Champion of Champions and tie the legendary Refrigerator Stakes record. Jericho and Stanley Cartel look to stop him, while All-American Derby winner FDD Dreams and Mildred Vessel's winner Hot Temptation dream of glory as well. It's a full field of 10. It's the race of the year, the Champion of Champions.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas. Time to get to your racing menu for today. Reminding you, as we always do, the first post times we broadcast on the show each and every day reflect that at the Pacific time zone. That's where we're at here in the Pacific time zone, and these will be the first post times that roll out in our race book here at South Point today. So if you're coming on out to play the races with us, these will be the first post times. Also, if you're in the Pacific time zone, obviously. But if you're not, adjust wherever you're at, whatever time zone you're in, and tweak it out and adjust it to the Pacific time zone so you get the first post times right wherever you may be. Okay? And we will start with your racing menu in Laurel Park. Laurel Park has 8 races today, and their first post time at Laurel is set at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. today at Laurel. Their Pick 6 jackpot carryover now stands at $4,582. Laurel, first post time, 9 a.m. Gulfstream Park is next as they continue their championship meet. The Gulfstream Park's Pick 6 jackpot carryover, $72,569 in the Rainbow jackpot carryover there. 11 races today at Gulfstream and a first post time of 9:20. Then we have Aqueduct, the Big A in New York at Aqueduct. And, of course, it's going to be about 42 degrees at post time for the Big A today, partly cloudy, and, of course, the track is fast. Those conditions today at Aqueduct. And their first post time is at 9:40 and 9:40 at Aqueduct. They do have a couple of stakes races today. The $150,000 Garland of Roses at 6 furlongs sees a field of 8, no scratches yet. 2-1 favorite in that race is With the Angels with Flavien Prat aboard. This, of course, for fillies and mares. And then right after that, the 7th race is the Grade 3 Comely at a mile and way for 3-year-old fillies. And in this race, we do have a scratch the 4-horse Ruth. The 4 is out, leaving a field of 7. And the big 7-5 favorite there is fully subscribed with, you guessed it, Flavien Prat aboard. First post time for the 8 races today at Aqueduct set at 9:40. 9:40 at the Big A. Woodbine has 9 races today. Woodbine's Pick 6 jackpot carryover, $26,744. Their Super High 5 jackpot carryover, $251,746. First post time at Woodbine today for their 9 races set at 10:05. 10:05 at Woodbine. Fairgrounds and all that jazz. Fairgrounds might have a little bit of off going there because there's a lot of rain down in that part of the country. Fairgrounds has a regular Pick 6 carryover, not a jackpot. That stands at $52,025. $52,025 for that carryover. And they have 8 races and a first post time of 10:45. 10:45. Then we get to Los Alamitos. Los Al. 9 races today at Los Al. Their first post time is set at 12:30. Remember, they have a carryover in their Pick 6. It's a regular Pick 6. That carryover from yesterday, $44,572 today at Los Alamitos. They got 9 races. Their feature race today is the Soviet Problem at a mile for 2-year-old fillies, a field of 6 in that race. 4-5 favorite there is Liberation. You know who trains, and the rider is Juan Hernandez. First post time Los Al with that carryover in the Pick 6 set at 12:30. 12:30. And then Los Alamitos will come right back for their second card of the day, the nighttime races. The nighttime races, the quarter horses, will start at 5 p.m., so they go right from the afternoon thoroughbred meet right into the quarter horse meet tonight, a doubleheader. Los Al's post time for the second half of the doubleheader is at 5 p.m., featuring 8 races, 2 thoroughbreds, 3 mixed breed, and 2 of those mixed breeds will be 1,000-yard stakes races and 3 quarter-horse races to wrap it up. First post time for the second stanza there is at 5 p.m. today. And that is your racing menu, short but sweet. Now let's get out to Jonathan Hardoon standing by. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. I see you're still in the cowboy mood.
Yeah, oh yeah. Cowboys are here. They just restocked the bars with the long neck beers, so we're okay.
That's good.
Yeah, it's going to be this way. It's going to be a cowboy town for until next weekend, until Sunday. It's a 10-day national finals rodeo, and then we're into the third day already today. But we continue to see examples of what CAW is doing to parimutuel payoffs around the country, and it raised its ugly head again yesterday in the last race at Aqueduct.
It really did, Ralph. They gave you 2 big price horses in a full field, and the exacta came back half of what it should have been. I believe it was like $200. But all the prices were just totally out of whack. Listen, they keep doing it, and we keep complaining, and nothing seems to change.
Well, now remember, it was a full 14-horse field. This wasn't a short field, 14-horse field. The winner paid $27.10. The second horse was 17-1. Okay, and by all mathematics of just the normalcy, that thing would have paid a lot more than that.
And how about a 34-1 shot running third?
Yeah.
And they gave you a $1,000 try. That try should have been who knows what, $5,000 minimum.
Well,
it's crazy.
And we continue to talk about it, and I know that they're going to have. At the symposium they have each year at the University of Arizona in Tucson, they get together the racing symposium, and it is really a nice gathering because it gets all the players, the movers and shakers all together in one place. I know they socialize and exchange business cards and all that, and get out there on the golf course and maybe whack the ball around a few times because they do have a great golf courses around where they have the symposium. Symposium. When I went there was not at the university. I don't know if it is now, but it's really at a nice big kind of like country club hotel there. But they're going to have a panel on this, and they're going to stream it. And I would suggest that if you want to see that, you might want to go to their website and see the streaming. But I think that panel is on Tuesday, and although maybe people who are not as open-minded as us might say, well, it's just going to be guys saying the same thing over and over again. But in any case, they're going to have a panel on this and see if they can figure out a more a fair balance between making more money, obviously, the tracks need with takeouts and all that, and being fair to the players, the regular $2 players out there.
Well, Mike Rapoli and Pat Cummings are going to be there, and they're 2 of the voices that have, expressed problems with it. But until somebody does something, Ralph, and believe me, they think they're cute. They cut off the win betting with 2 minutes to post. Okay, that accomplishes absolutely very little, if anything, to be honest with you. Look what they're doing in these exactas. They're slamming them. And you don't notice it unless something sticks out like it did yesterday. But every single race, numbers are getting demolished. They really are. And I don't have an answer. But whatever they're doing, it's not going to work. It's not going to last. It's just not going to last if they continue doing this. I mean, again, I know a lot of big players, Ralph, and a lot of them have had enough. They really have.
Now, I'm trying to think of his name. It's just I'm not getting it right now. But the Rapoli had a big
with Dave Portnoy.
Portnoy, yes, Dave Portnoy
right.
From his Barstool Sports, yeah, which is really they have a great show too on Fox Sports 1 or Fox Sports 2. I saw it the other day.
He has 4 million followers on his X feed.
So they went at it, but they went at it. Rapoli and he went at it. I saw this on an X posting, and maybe they ought to get Portnoy on that panel as well.
Yeah, because Rapoli was wrong when he said that the tracks aren't involved with CAW. That's wrong. A lot of these tracks are involved with CAW, and that's really part of the problem, and that's why it's going to be very difficult to do away with them.
Well, now
Because the
Portnoy.
tracks are in bed with them, Ralph.
Well, Portnoy was polite enough to say he thought they were, but he let Rapoli go ahead and
Right.
continue on his position. But we just gotta find a happy medium somewhere. In any case, the happy medium for us here on Race Day is getting you handicappers to give us some winners. So what are you doing today?
All right, Ralph, let's look at the 7th race at New York today. It's 1 1/8 on the main track. This is the Comley Stakes, and I love the number 7 horse in here. Yes, it is. This is a 3-year-old filly from the Brad Cox barn. She has 5 career starts. She started on the grass, and then 2 starts back, the race was rained off the turf, and they actually ran her on the main track. She ran very well, but she ran even better last time out in her second start on the main track. This is not a grass horse. This is a dirt horse. They figured it out. She's listed at 6-1 on the morning line. I like number 7. Yes, it is, to upset and win the 7th race today out at Aqueduct.
All right, that 7th race, yes, it is, to be ridden by Manny Franco, who is riding hot this week at the Big A. He won 3, I think, the other day. He won 2 yesterday.
Yeah.
So
on Friday, he won 3.
Yeah, he won 3 on Friday. So he's in the zone right now, and he rides the 7. Yes, it is. At a nice 6-1, let's hope CAW goes somewhere else, okay? And that we can get the 6-1 and get him home. Yes, it is. And that's the name of it. Yeah, the 7 horse. 7 in the 7th race. It's even got a lucky Las Vegas numbers to him. 7 in the 7th race. That's your pick at Aqueduct, the Big A. What about Los Alamitos?
Let's go to the 3rd race today. It's 5.5 furlongs. It's a claiming event, and I like the number 1 horse in here, Panuco. 3-year-old gelding claimed 2 starts back by trainer Doug O'Neill. Abel Lascano aboard to ride. The horse actually has a win at Los Al. I think he's going to get a great trip in here. He's listed at 6-1 on the morning line. Number 1, Panuco wins today's 3rd race out at Los Alamitos.
No, I'm Siraco. This is Panuco. Okay. In any case, it's a 9-horse field, which is a big field. So, and it's, the morning line, we're not going to look at a 4-5 favorite trying to beat here, at least on paper. So in the 3rd race, in a race that could be rich with a little bit of a price, in the 3rd race, the 1, Panuco, the 1 in the 3rd race at Los Alamitos is your play there. Don't forget, he has a full sheet of handicapping, both at Los Alamitos Thoroughbred, Big A at Aqueduct, and at Gulfstream Parks for their championship meet as well. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, JONHARDOON.com. Just one programming note. Wednesday, Naira will run Aqueduct to make up for last Sunday's debacle when the jockeys decided we're taking off. We're going to watch football.
No. They're racing Wednesday. You're not taking off Wednesday.
No, they're making up for the day last Sunday when the jockeys decided to take off.
All right, well, I thought you said, they're going to take off. Don't do it. Race on Wednesday, okay? Thanks a lot. You can enjoy some football today too, Jonathan.
Thank you, Ralph. Stay safe and be well. All
right. When we come back, we will talk a little bit about football with Rich Eng and get a horse as well. So Richie's up next, and, of course, Mr. Bob Mieszerski will be standing by as well, so don't go away. We'll be right back.
Thank you, buddy.
There are many families that need your help. I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I'm asking you to support the Tunnel to Towers Foundation in their efforts to deliver mortgage-free homes to catastrophically injured service members, Gold Star, and fallen first responders families with young children, as well as eradicating homelessness amongst our veterans.
Everybody knows where the money's going, every single dollar. God bless you.
Please contribute $11 a month to support their efforts by visiting t2t.org.
Are you ready to lock in your bets and cash in on the games this weekend? Get weekly football winners from Alex White, Chris Andrews, and Vinny Magliulo.
I did take the dog 3.5.
I'm going to stay with the culture. That's definitely going to be one of my plays.
If the Bears have turned the corner, they have to take care of business in this game.
Yes.
Tune in for behind-the-book perspectives you won't find anywhere else.
Well, if you're looking to bet the under, you're going to get a better number.
The wise guys are certainly not going to play the favorites.
I know if it hits 7, don't blink. Maybe that's what bettors are waiting for.
Every NFL matchup, every college game that matters, the spreads, the stats, and the smart money plays.
It's your way to bet against both teams.
Get your winning edge with Football Frenzy, streaming on YouTube every Friday at noon Pacific.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas. Of course, you should always watch Football Frenzy during the football season on Fridays here at the streaming at YouTube. And we have our little bit of a frenzy on football right now with Rich Eng. Richie, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ralphie. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, listeners.
Well, all I can say, Richie, is I think Indiana should be number one in the country now.
Yeah, they'll be number one, but I tell you what, Ohio State's going to be number two. There's going to be nobody who is going to sneak in between those two the way the game played yesterday, Ralph. And, yesterday was one of those games where I still feel I had the right side in Ohio State, but Ryan Day should be kicking himself. Ohio State the offense made four drives into the red zone. They only scored 7 points. In a championship game at any level, high school, college, NFL, when you get in the red zone, you got to come away with points, preferably 7. But 4 trips to the red zone, and they just screwed up the last 2 when they had 4th and 1. The quarterback slipped and didn't make it on 4th and 1, and then the kid missed a chip shot field goal, which would have tied the game. So Ohio State only has themselves to blame.
That could be very well the case, but Indiana made a big statement yesterday, and it was nice to see that they finally got a win. I think the first win against Ohio State since 1977 or something.
Yeah, the stat they had on the broadcast was Ohio State had won 30 straight games against Indiana.
Well, nothing stays the same forever, that's for sure. And the bracket show, the college brackets, the placing for the college football championship brackets will be today, and we'll wait and see. Some teams are kind of like on the bubble there, like Notre Dame, Miami, etc. And some of the games that prevailed yesterday, and the results of those may be a factor to get some in and some out. So we'll wait and see. It'll be really exciting, that's for sure. And we've got a rack of NFL games today. So what are we doing in the pros?
Yeah, the game between Duke and Virginia in the ACC title game, Duke was a underdog, and they were a 5-loss team. They upset Virginia. That's the game that's going to upset the apple cart for some of these teams on the bubble.
Yeah.
As far as the game for today, Ralph, I'm going to take the local game here in Vegas. It's 137, 138 on the rotation. The Denver Broncos against the Las Vegas Raiders. The Broncos are battling for the number 1 seed with the New England Patriots. They're favored by 7.5. The Raiders, quite frankly, man, it's tough to be a Raiders fan after the way they've been playing. I'm going to lay the lumber. Denver's won a lot of one-score games, meaning by 8 points or less. This is a rare opportunity for them to win by more than 8 points, which would be a cover. Denver minus 7.5 over our local Raiders. Right?
All right. The Denver Broncos minus 7.5 over the Las Vegas Raiders. And I can tell you this, I've been a Raider fan since Daryl LaMonica was throwing passes. So you're taking it from a guy who's been a Raider fan for a long time. And all I can say is this year they're just pathetic. And but I'm still a fan, but I don't bet on the Raiders games this year. And certainly you're taking the Broncos 7.5 over the Raiders. We'll regroup, though. All right. How about a horse pick?
Let's go to race number 4. I like the number 6 horse, Bolt Supremacy. The thing about this 8-horse field, Ralph, there's a lot of speed, a lot of horses who like to be forwardly placed. This is a horse that Tiago Pereira will be sitting in the back of the bus and has a good late kick. Let's try the number 6, Bolt Supremacy, in the 4th.
All right, 4th race at Los Alamitos, Thoroughbred. In the 4th race at Los Al, you like the 6, Bolt Supremacy with Tiago Pereira aboard, the 6 in the 4th race. And, the track biases, at least from performances on the racetrack, been changing a little bit at Los Al. The other day, they were coming in the middle of the racetrack home. Yesterday, it looked like you had to be a speed horse or some horse close to the speed, so we'll wait and see how it plays out today. But in the 4th race, you like the 6, Bolt Supremacy. Don't forget, folks, he has a full sheet for all of Los Alamitos Thoroughbred today, right now at the racedaylasvegas.com websites. Well, enjoy the football shows and racing, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday and discuss what may happen today.
Hey, thanks, Rob. Good luck, everybody.
All righty. Now we're going to go down to Los Alamitos, where Bob Mieszerski is standing by. Bob, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How are you today?
I'm doing fine, my man. Most of the races that I saw yesterday, I really thought that it was a speed favoring type of situation yesterday.
No, it did. There was a lot of horses that went gate to wire. We had the last race winner who was 9-1, went all the way. Italio, who won the 6th race, wire to wire. Yeah, a lot of speed horses won, and then sometimes it was just the best horse winning, and they just happened to have speed. So we have a carryover into today. So there were plenty of upsets yesterday. Only had one winning favorite in the pick six sequence yesterday.
Bob, I could tell you that we talk about that long stretch, and there were several races yesterday where the front-running horse at the top of the stretch was lapped on with a horse either on the outside or inside or sometimes both. And through the entire stretch, those horses couldn't get by that leader, and a lot of them just eked out a win by a head or a neck yesterday. It was kind of exciting to watch those races yesterday at Los Al.
No, there were some really good finishes yesterday, and like the horse I mentioned, Italio, he looked like he was beaten at the top of the stretch. He had made the lead. A horse rallied on the inside of him, the favorite Fumano's Magic. Then there was another horse on the outside, and neither one could go by. So he earned the win, and he's another horse for course. He's got 2 wins in his life, and both have been here.
Yes, that horse for course angle really does play into the Los Alamitos. And as a matter of fact, Richie Heng that picked a horse just before you came on is a horse who has won at Los Al before. That is one of the unusual, different key elements of handicapping when you get to Los Alamitos Thoroughbred. But you got a nice carryover in the pick six today.
Yes, we do. We have it's over 44 grand, almost 44.8 about.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it should be a good pool today because I don't think there's any obvious singles in the pick six today. So I think if somebody's able to isolate all 6 winners, they're going to get paid off.
And do you think that includes the featured Soviet Problem, where the 4-5 favorite is Liberation, trained by you-know-who?
Liberation, I think she can win, obviously, but she's never gone 2 turns before. And as we saw yesterday, the horse that had won around 2 turns, Consequent, was able to get the job done in the Starlet, and her stablemate, who was 2-5, who only had the 1 sprint, came up a little bit empty late, had to settle for 3rd. So I think the 2-turn experience helped. You have 2 fillies in here that have gone around 2 turns and won. The inside horse, Cecilia Street, and the outside horse, 80s. Both of those wins are on the turf, but at least they've shown they can route. So I think they're the possibilities that might be able to upset the favorite. So I don't think it's as easy as Liberation in the stakes today.
All right, good enough. Well, we're going to have some competitive races today at Los Al with a nice carryover in the pick six. Bob, where are we going with the pick?
I'm going to go to the last race and take the number 8 horse, Keep the Pobbles. She's running against claimers for the first time in her life. She's dropping in class, putting the blinkers on. I'm not going to hold her first dirt race against her. It was in her debut over this track. She was extremely wide throughout. The horse that won the race, Jasmina, came back to win a stakes at Del Mar. So I just think the class relief is really going to help this filly. There's not a whole lot to beat in here. So number 8, Keep the Pobbles in race 9.
All right, 9th and final race today, the anchor in that pick six with the carryover. In the 9th race, you like the 8, Keep the Pavel. Keep the Pavel, keep whatever. It's the 8 horse in the 9th race. And, Bob, that's your play. And, of course, they can get the rest in several locations.
Yes, at today'sracingdigest.com every day, Southern California selections. I also do a graded handicap for the Southern California News Group papers, the LA Daily News, Orange County Register, Long Beach Press Telegram, among several others.
That's a pretty big list to remember, that's for sure. And we want to, of course, we'll be talking to you next week for the closing weekend when you guys return on Thursday, right?
No, we'll be back Friday.
Oh, Friday
through Sunday. Friday through Sunday next week. And just before I go, I wanted to offer my condolences on you being a Raider fan. I know it's been a very, very tough season.
You better believe it. But we'll endure. A fan is a fan, no matter much. But
absolutely,
when you're a fan that's been a long time, you have the right to criticize. And I can tell you, there's a lot of criticism to go around for the Raiders this year. Thanks a lot, Bob. We'll talk to you on Friday. Right. And by the way, you can come back on Thursday if you want to.
Okay, I will do that.
All right, thanks a lot, my man. And we're going to take our final break. And when we come back, we got John and Jerry to wrap it up. Don't go away.
South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. Soak up the sun and let your stress melt away in our lagoon-style paradise swimming pool. A relaxing getaway where you can bask in the desert sun and enjoy seasonal food and bar service poolside. And if you really want to escape, come to Spa Costa del Sur. From couple suites to a co-ed wet area, our spa caters to business and leisure travelers who want to unwind and elevate their senses. A visit to one of our spa's steam, sauna, or whirlpool treatment rooms will leave any guest feeling like they can take on the world.
Major daytime thoroughbred racing is back at Los Alamitos. It's the Winter Thoroughbred Meet. Opening date Friday, December 5th. 4 stakes for juveniles head the meet, with the Starlet for fillies on Saturday, December 6th. And the Los Alamitos Futurity set for Saturday, December 13th. The outstanding multiple Grade 1 winner, Journalism, won the Futurity last year. And horse players. Our on-track live money handicapping contest returns on December 13th. Great racing action during the Los Alamitos Winter Thoroughbred Meet. Opening day is Friday, December 5th.
The Race Day Las Vegas Show, the only exclusive daily local media racing information source in Las Vegas.
Alrighty, back on Race Day Las Vegas, and now it's time to go out to Southern California, where Jon Lindo is standing by. John, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, and of course, a little chilly out here, but I know the weather is just fine in Southern California. Will be the racing today at Los Al. Did you notice that the speed was really hard to get by at Los Al yesterday?
Yeah, I thought that track changed quite a bit. Horses down inside seemed to carry a lot further than they did opening day, and you saw a lot of horses kind of re-rally inside. They'd get hooked at the 16th pole, and you couldn't get by them. So a little bit of a different situation yesterday, and that helped lead to a pick 6 carryover.
John, I know that you noted on your Lindo report today on the goodie section where you give all the little notes there that you mentioned Hastings Park. 133 years of racing at Hastings Park in Vancouver. Really, it was a mainstay in that western part of Canada, and they just said no mas.
Yeah, it's an absolute shame, Ralph. A couple weeks ago, it was announced that they would not be getting any more casino subsidies for their purses, and it didn't take long. Friday, they put out the announcement there will be no more live racing at Hastings Park, and it really had a good feel up there. I had to go up there for business a few times, and a little bull ring track with a backdrop on the mountains, and they put on a good show up there. It's sad, and it's just another West Coast track that's going away. They're starting to dwindle down a little bit. Maybe it helps Emerald Downs get some horses up in Washington State, but it's still not a good sign for the health of the racing out there.
Not even a question about that. That's well, at least we know one thing. When Oaklawn Park opens up on Friday, they got full fields there. Their opening card got almost 11 horses per race for the entries in the opening day on Friday.
Yeah, they'll be busy. You're going to see a lot of the West Coast guys out there for some of those dirt conditions that don't fill in California. So you'll see some guys. I think Peter Miller has one in opening day, and you'll see guys like Peter Urton and Phil D'Amato. They've got horses back there too. So there'll be some West Coast influence out there. We'll keep an eye on what's going on and see how it plays.
John, all I can say is, does Bob Baffert continue his stranglehold on the 2-year-old stakes races at Los Alamitos today?
Well, this is a Calbred Stakes, so no, not today.
Okay.
But the Soviet problems today.
Mm-hmm.
You saw what he did again. 9 straight wins in the. He's won 9 straight Starlets, and he's probably hitting it about 50%.
By the way, I do want to mention the fact that on the show yesterday, when I asked you about it, you tagged the winner. You said that you think the winner was more probable to upset the favorite than anybody else, and the winner got there.
Yeah, she just had that 2-turn race experience at Del Mar, and even though she was green, she learned a lot because she was a lot more professional yesterday. That's consequent.
Yeah.
And Nima coming off that 1 sprint, she was supplemented into the race, which means the race wasn't on her radar originally. And it was just enough to turn the tables. So I thought a 760 Mutual was pretty good on consequent.
Yeah, no kidding. So Liberation at 4-5 is not that kind of a singleton you can get in the carryover in the pick 6 then?
I don't think so. I mean, she's the one to beat for sure. She's the most accomplished filly, but she's never gone 2 turns. And I'm not sure she wants it. She might get it against these kinds of fillies. and the only ones that do have two-turn form have it on turf. So it's a really confusing race. The Soviet problem, it's sitting there ripe for an upset. So maybe you can find a little bigger payoff in the pick six if you can find the winner there.
Okay, John, we know that you've got the Lindo report for all the races today at Los Al, especially with that pick six carryover, and a suggested late pick four as well, plus all the goody information that we talk about on the show. All of that, a comprehensive Lindo report available in only one place in this gaming capital. It is here at the South Point, and it is free of charge, complimentary to the horse players, because they love horse players here, and certainly your Lindo report. John, what's your Lindo report look like for next week with the schedules being changed a little bit?
Yeah, I haven't seen all the entries yet, but we'll do the Gulfstream Park Lake Pick 5 probably Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We'll do Los Al for closing weekend. And I have to just see what takes shape next weekend as far as, the fields around the country and where it looks like it's an interesting play.
Okay, you got it. Today, we'll get your interesting play at Los Alamitos.
Race number 6, Los Alamitos, a 5-furlong race. Number 9, even or even worse. There's only one pace rival in the race in drawn in post 6, and that's Superman Shack. I think even or even worse gets a good trip pressing the pace and first run on the closers here. Just won at 5 furlongs at Del Mar, is proven under the lights at Los Alamitos. 3-1 on the morning line. Alfredo Bautista has actually won a lot of races for this barn. So race number 6, number 8, even or even worse. That's race 6, Los Alamitos.
Sixth race, number 8, even or even worse. And, of course, that angle again, horses for courses. This horse has won over the Los Al layout. So in the 6th race, you like the 8 there at Los Al. And, of course, get the rest right here, the Lindo report free of charge at the South Point. Well, you have a couple of nice days off. Enjoy the football and the racing, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday.
Sounds good, Ralph. Good luck today.
All right, you got it, my man. Thank you so much. And now we go to Jerry Jackowitz, who hasn't burned his Raiders hat yet.
No. I'm going to keep this for the long haul. If I'm a Giants fan all these years, now I became a Raiders fan when the Raiders moved here.
Yeah.
It's never going to be different.
Well, yes, as a fan, we always will stay fans, that's for sure. But you'll have to keep that cap for a long haul because it's going to take at least 1 year to turn this around. In any case.
I think 1 year is very optimistic.
Yeah. You need it for the long haul, as I do with all of my Raiders gear as well. All right. Well, interesting day of racing yesterday at both Aqueduct and Los Alamitos. But what are we doing today, Jerry?
Yeah, and just a quick comment.
Yeah.
I mean, we had the scratch, and I hope guys went and boxed the other 3 horses in the exact. That gave you a prop bet. And it paid over 2-1. This is really a good payoff.
Oh, you're talking about Los Alamitos.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. The link-ups did, Los Alamitos. The key horse got scratched.
You got 17-1.
Yeah.
Cost you $6.
So in other words, you suggest if there's a scratch in the key horse, then just box the link-ups.
Well, in that situation where
I know, but I mean, Jerry, you pick a winning situation. If you're going to do it, you either do it all the time or you don't.
No, you do it when the situation is where you have half the field.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to say that you got a prop bet.
Okay. So there's a condition
There's
to
a
that.
qualifier.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. There's a qualifier.
All right. So what are we doing at Aqueduct?
All right. Let's go to switch the sheets. Let's go to the 7th race. I got a nice looking play. Valtellina, the 2 horse in the 7th race.
Okay.
Joel Rosario up for Raymond Handel. Came off the left, ran spectacular. Just really impressed me. Really caught my eye. I think this horse is going to move. This filly is going to move forward.
All right.
12-1 makes her playable. Good win place bet on the 2. 2 with the 1, 5, 6, 7.
All right. 1, 5, 6, and 7. 2 over 1, 5, 6, 7 in reverse. We've got 10 seconds or so to give us Los Al.
Let's go to the 2nd. We've got the 3, Anna's Wish. 2-1's the base. It's 3 over 2, 6, 7.
All right. See, Jerry can do it. In the 2nd race at Los Alamitos, the 3 over 2, 6, 7, and reverse. Jerry J's Power Pages for all of Los Alamitos and all of Aqueduct available right now at jerryjspowerpage.com. All right, Jerry, you got the last word for this Sunday as we make our way out to watch football and racing. Go ahead and say it.
Have a great race day, everybody. Hey, you look like a cowboy.